Connect with Christina. And today I have another wonderful friend with me, Boris with Anytime Auto Glass. What up?
Hey, how are you?
I'm fantastic. I have these shades on because I rubbed jalapeno in my eye. And if you've never done that, please don't do it because it hurts.
Oh yeah, it's
painful.
horrible.
Yes. And I'm one that I just like it spicy. So yeah, wash your hands, guys. Even maybe more than I thought I washed my hands, but I guess not because I'm telling you it's painful. Anyway, please share your wonderful company with us. You know, Anytime Auto Glass. How did this all start? How long? Please tell us all about that.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so we've been in business 15 years. We are a family-owned auto glass company. We do repairs, we do replacements. We come mobile to your home or office.
That's
we
a
also
big one.
do tint, recalibration. So we employ about 40 people. To be honest, we just kind of accidentally got here. I was working in the industry for a few years at another company, and I wasn't proud to send my family or friends. I always had to feel like I had to babysit those jobs when they were being done because what if, right? Mm-hmm. And I guess didn't have a lot of confidence. And I saw that they didn't really care about the customer. They cared about making money.
That's very common.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that you're not that way.
Well, you can do both, right? But I think people, they desire an old school business model where the customer comes first, the product and the warranty and the quality and everything is not just a commercial or a gimmick. It's not just some great tagline that you hear on TV or on the radio, that they can trust you and that you'll do a good job. And if you don't, you'll be right there to fix it. So that's kind of what we set out to do. Is just be the alternative, to be the best alternative in our industry. I have a philosophy, have fun, help people, make money, if you do it in that order.
I love that. Say that one more time for the people in the back.
Help people, make money. If we just do things in that order, I believe ultimately we will be successful. But there's got to be passion, there's got to be drive, there's got to be a vision and a mission, right?
And I have to say, because I've gotten to personally know you, I'm super, super proud of you. And I know that you mean everything that you say. And that's why you're here. Because I do want to use this platform to, give people access to people like you, to people who share the same belief, which is that money is just the result. It's never the reason, right?
Exactly.
But go over a little bit more of the other things that make you guys different, because you are very different. I mean, when I've sent you my people, they've thanked me. Of course, they don't get tickets to random restaurants, but what they did get is, a great service and quality glass for their car.
Yeah, so there's companies in our industry that sue the insurance companies for above and beyond what the agreed network provider rate is, right? So we're preferred, we're a network provider. We have a contract, they set the pricing, that's all we can bill. And we do not give or incentivize anybody to do business with us. So here's the way I look at it, right? So if your car is worth $10,000, $20,000, maybe even $60,000, it's a big investment, right?
Yes.
I kind of believe that, you should not be doing windshield business and getting your windshield replaced because you're going to get $100 back. You should do it because you need it. You should want it to be done properly, right? Not by one of, the many companies out there that are not necessarily doing all the things they're supposed to be doing as far as, how to use the products and safe drive times and different things like that. Windshields are safety equipment, right? So yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that we distinguish ourselves. We get referrals from insurance agents knowing that we're just going to go out there and we're going to do the best we can every time. Some of the other things that separate us, we're the only glass company I know of to offer loaner cars.
I didn't even know that. That's amazing.
Rather than, everybody's busy, right? Nobody has time for, like, right now, the holidays. Why is stress and anxiety so high? Because nobody has time.
Right.
So drop your car off, do what you need to do for the day, come back at the end of the day, pick it up. Whether we're doing tint or a windshield or calibration or all three, that's something that we offer. We have a large facility. We work in the air conditioning. We have multiple lobbies and a conference room for customers who are waiting. So it's just the customer experience, right? And then it's the culture. That same philosophy of having fun and helping people, it also has to be encouraged and inspired in the building itself, like for the employees, right? We want people who want to be there because you're going to hear the smile on their face. It's just going to shine through the phone. You're going to have people go the extra mile when they want to be there and they take pride in what they're doing. So empowering our people in that manner and then creating that culture where, we're a team, we're all rowing in the same direction and we have everybody in the right seat on the bus. I think that's what makes us different.
And what's your why behind all this?
Man, I don't believe people get what they deserve as consumers, right? Like there's large corporations in this world that have encouraged and created this culture from the consumer to, I don't know, I want to say like be irresponsible, like returning something a year after you've purchased it and it's completely trashed and you're still going to take that back and return it, right? I think there's a way to do business, be responsible to the community, and quite honestly, give people what they deserve, right? So I think for me, it's changing at least how people see my industry, that there are still good people. And it just comes down to old school morals and values, right? Like you do what you say what you do.
I love that.
You underpromise, you overdeliver. If something happens, you make it right, even if they're never going to use you again, just because it's the right thing to do, right? Like you didn't do something well, it needs to be addressed, right? It's just, and I think for business owners, like now is the time, if you have morals and values and ethics, I think it's a good time to start because consumers are so hungry. They just want to find somebody they trust. And once they find that person, my experience is they're going to stay with you forever, even if you do make a mistake in the future, because it's how you handle it.
Right. And so I can only imagine and guess that you have a ton of referrals. Am I right?
We have a lot of referrals after, 15, 16 years in business. We've cultivated our relationships and our repeat business. So yeah, we thrive on that. Why? Here's something like, why do business owners spend all this money on marketing and advertising when they spend nothing on retention? Right? Like, so for me,
proactive,
like focus your business on never letting go of a client. Like if I just get the client one time and I do a great job, wouldn't they call me again? And if I just keep repeating that, won't the business grow? Won't they tell other people?
Their own families.
There doesn't need to be a huge, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, there doesn't need to be all this marketing and advertising budgets and gimmicks. Right, and promotions. Just do what you say what you do a great job, be consistent, and give people what they deserve.
I just love that. And this is, again, why you're here. And I've had access to you. I feel very blessed for that. And now everyone else who follows us will have access to you.
Well, thank you. But give yourself some credit. You're a pretty special business person yourself.
Thank you, Pat. Those large RVs, those, the
motorhomes, the RVs.
There you go. Keep going. So you also do those.
We do the windshields on all types of motorhomes. So a lot of times they're about the size of a sheet of a plywood. You know what I mean? Just a huge piece of glass. It takes a special installer, a special rig. scaffolding system that you put in front of it, because the windshields are usually, about chest high, so 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and they weigh a couple hundred pounds. It's a couple guys that are working together to take those out and put those back in properly, and then get them back to wherever they came from safely, right?
Mm-hmm. And you've been doing that for a while, so you guys are ready to rock and roll on motorhomes.
Yeah, we've been doing, I would say, almost since day one. We've been motorhome specialists, and we're fortunate to have a technician that we work with that's got 30 years experience, and that's all he does all day, every day. He doesn't work on cars. He just travels the state and does motorhomes every day of the week.
I love this because I obviously, I love being able to help people, and it's a game for me. If people ask me for something, I want to be able to provide it. And if I don't have it, I will find it. And now I have this. So is that John Bradley behind us?
That's John Bradley.
Pat, I have to ask, because you're a very kind human. Like right now, for the holidays, we have a mutual friend we lost. Shout out Mike Fazio. And I've had the opportunity to help him. And you're doing that right now with the toy drive.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the toy drive for us? We still have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And even if we don't
and I know
for next year.
You've been huge in it, in the past years with Mike. And thank you for the donation, by the way. That was, fantastic.
You're welcome.
So Unite Phoenix, they service very underprivileged, impoverished children in the greater Phoenix area. They take on toys, and some of those excess toys that they collect, they go to other organizations and even sometimes Indian reservations. Just they try to reach the poorest in our communities and give them something. If a child could just have one gift to open on Christmas, who knows? It might change the trajectory of their life, because sometimes these kids don't even have enough money to eat, right? Their families,
right.
So yeah, it's a great cause. It's good for our community, and we try to collect and get as many people involved, other business owners, try to get them to commit to taking on boxes and filling those boxes, or like us, at BNI, trying to make sure that, everybody's aware there's an opportunity, right? And giving is so much better than receiving.
I know, we're so powerful together. I love our chapter. We're both part of the integrity chapter for BNI. And since you brought it up, tell everyone how great it is. I sure feel lucky to be in one. Yeah. And this one particularly.
Yeah, BNI Integrity is great. It's, as you know, and you're a part of, it's a bunch of good.
Yeah, Pat helped me get approved. Thanks, Pat.
You're welcome. It's a bunch of good, solid, vetted business owners that try to help grow each other's businesses, right? Like, very simply put, if you know 10 people and I know 10 people, but I don't know your 10 and you don't, well, why can't we introduce, right? I do business with you, you do business with me. Why wouldn't we want to share that with all the people in our sphere, right? And when we get with other business owners, we tend to learn something, even if they're not in our field or our industry.
Absolutely.
Right? Because we're all going through the same struggles. It's either personnel or pay or what we're charging. The problems are the same across most every industry, right? So we can learn a lot from each other and how maybe you're coping with a certain issue, and then how can I take that and relate it into my own business, my own workforce.
Yeah. When people get a chip in their windshield, you want them to call you right away? Like, what's your advice for us? Because, landscapers we don't have the net like you do in California. Like, I don't think there's a law against like how they have, items in their truck.
Right. So obviously, if you can get to a small chip in your windshield immediately, you can repair it
Through you also?
We do those as
Okay.
well. A lot of companies are going to charge anywhere from $50 to $100 to repair that. With insurance the way it is, you want to minimize the exposure, for yourself or the insurance company, even if you're a cash customer, right? Get the chip taken care of. Keep it off your insurance. Don't replace the windshield unless you have to. The windshield replacements, if you repair the chips, that's going to take care of a lot of those chips from turning into cracks. And once they become cracks, you have to replace them. There's no way to fix a crack that goes from top to bottom in the windshield, right? So get to them early, and get to an auto glass professional, or obviously give us a call. We'd love to either have you stop by or we could send somebody to you.
Yeah, there's no excuse, guys. They're also mobile.
Yeah, we service the greater Phoenix area. We like to say Maricopa all the way out to New River, and from Tonopah to Gold Canyon, and the outskirts like Florence, Rio Verde, Fountain Hills.
Will you go to Casa Grande?
We do have a Casa Grande run once a week.
Okay.
So we try to service this entire valley, right? So, yeah, get to the chips before they turn into cracks. Save yourself or your insurance company some money. If it needs to be replaced, obviously we can do that as well. That's the majority of our business, cash or insurance. And you just simply give us a call, 480-430-4597. We've got a team of customer service representatives that'll answer the call, make a claim on your insurance,
That's
schedule
the part
the
right there.
appointment. And if you don't have insurance, we're very competitive in the cash market.
That part about the filing and opening the claim, that's, the task that no one wants to have to handle. So I'm glad you guys do that.
Yeah, start to finish, you're going to get, you're going to get like concierge service, answer any questions, check on any coverages, file the claim, make sure that, everything that we've talked about is exactly, the whole process, takes about 5 minutes. And most people in Arizona is like the windshield capital of
Why
the United
is that?
States. Because we rake rocks. I mean,
Right.
Look around, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere we have rocks, and it's just not like that everywhere else in the United States. And we still have good road systems, and we drive really fast, and we commute a long way, right? People live in Maricopa, they come to Phoenix. People live in Buckeye, they come to Phoenix to work, right? There's 60, 70-mile commutes at 60, 70 miles an hour, right? It's just... it's not like before when we were kids, people drove like 8,000 to 10,000 miles a year and they thought that was a lot. Now 20,000 miles a year is nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
You don't want to know what my mileage looks like.
well, if we had to add the plane, it's probably way, way too much.
I want to know, have you ever gotten a windshield done and then the same day you take it home, you get another chip? Because I sure have.
I personally haven't, but I've had clients that have. And, well, the cool part is, like, say you get a windshield replaced with us and you use your insurance company, you get free chip repairs for life, right? So you don't
there you go.
You don't have to file another claim. Yeah, I mean, it's happened a half dozen times since we've been in business where somebody will call that day or the next day and be like, "Oh man, you won't believe it! I just took and it's like, oh." But we'll try to talk people out, like you're going to California next week, right? For instance, and you want a windshield, like wait till you get back. You know what I mean? Like there's 2 layers of glass in the windshield. If you just have a normal crack in your windshield, like let that ride, go on that trip, go to Vegas. If you're going to drive 4, 6, 10 hours and you're going to be at high speeds, I hate replacing windshields for customers. And then, when they get back into town, they're like, man, it broke again. I would rather just save the time, the
makes sense.
energy, and the claim.
Right.
Right? Or your money, and just do your trip,
time.
come back,
Yeah.
right? Once,
That makes sense. So I can't let you leave this podcast without me asking you a question like this, because I have so much love and adoration and respect for you. But what message would you share with everyone on this earth about life? Because you seem to have a really good, mindset about it. And just, that's why I feel very blessed to have known you, really.
Thank you. That means a lot. I don't think you give yourself enough credit, but they say birds of a feather flock together, and you've got a big, genuine heart yourself. So I would say that your past does not define your future, and nobody cares how you start. They don't remember you by where you started or what you started from, right? So, I think that I think people fail to realize the power in the human spirit, and sometimes that's a belief in themselves or a belief in an idea or a belief in a project, and they listen to those little voices in their head that say, no, it's not your time, or you shouldn't, or you don't deserve it, man. Just try, right? Like, unless you swing the bat, you're never going to get a home run, right? So if you're just standing there watching balls fly by and you're not swinging, I guarantee you will never get a home run. So give yourself some credit. Find something that you're passionate about. And don't worry what your education level is. Don't worry how much you haven't done. And start believing in yourself and just get after it. They say most dreams die in the planning stage. Action,
Consistency.
Consistent, deliberate, intentional action towards your goal. And I guarantee you will be better off tomorrow than you are today if you just follow those rules.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And guys, now you know who to call when you need windshield repair, among other things. But not only will you be getting great service and great product, you'll be using a group of amazing people with Anytime Auto Glass. So Pat, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate our friendship. And I will see you at BNI.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, and it was great to see you and in your element.
Guys, Anytime Auto Glass is absolutely Connect with Christina and Call Christina approved. See you later.